I am aware of how odd these things sound when I say it. But we have a rotation in our letters and words that I can try to start summing up and explaining by saying A indicates 1. C indicates half the movement of A to E. E indicates half the movement of A to J. J indicates half the movement of A to T. Because A indicates 1, which is also a point at the top, a line in the middle, and 2 ended line segments on the bottom, with equal proportion joined at the middle and top. So A is that upside down V with that line in the middle on a 3-line graph. E is the one on the left side with 3 lines reaching out. I is now centered with a line on top and bottom, which that middle line is centered. And then J is also the movement of that, moving over with a hook. So 9 and 10 are separated just like 0, 1, A, and 1 in lowercase a. I mean, those are all one kind of thing there. A is 1, and 1 is from none, just like J is from I. So then the O is a C and a C joined, and E and an E sort of like not joined, but it's 3 E's. And then a 20, T, is 2 O's. A 21 is 2 full circles of an A, because it's a 1 with a 1 next to it, hooked at the bottom with a half circle. See what I'm saying? The vowels are the prime movement. It goes A, E, I, as in A is a 1. E is that 1 with 3 slides. I is the 1 in the center with a slide on top and bottom. O is that full circle, and U is 2 1s connected with half a circle at the bottom. And then we have Y, which is 4 away from U, just like E is 4 away from A, and I is 4 away from E. And then we broke it out just like we did 0 and 1 equaling 9 and 10. Well, we broke it out, so now we have a difference of 6 from I to O and from O to U, because that's the human number, because we're in tenths now. So in that same way, I'm going to break down the word Vikings, like Viking, VI, which is 5 and 1 makes 6. So we've already gone the full circle, so that I represents a complete 1, identified. So we have a 6, the human number, VI, Viking, 6. Then we have KI, 11 plus 1, 12. So we have 6, 12, VI, KI. And then we have 14, which is N, and AD, in time past BC, AD. G, in the name of God, 7, which is separate and even from our story. Severed and even, 7. So we have AEIOU. I mean, I'm just going back to that as a reference, and think Viking is 6, VI, 12, KI, 14, which is nature, now generating, or now, two 7s, and then G. It goes VI, KI, NG, Viking, 6, 12, NG, nature generated. And that's how we talk about Vikings, because they believed in those Norse gods. They believed in human violence and kinetic activity, KI, kinetic identity. You know, think about how silly that may sound, but really take it inside and understand that that's what's going on in our world. Now, with that simple word, like how you break them out with the spin thing that I'm talking about, from A to E to I to O being a full circle, 2 C's, 2 E's, or 2 C's, 3 E's, like that. When you get to 20, we've got 5 squares, but we've also got 4 circles. But 4 circles, if it was even on all 4 sides, would make a square bottom. Like if we had it left, right, perpendicular, and horizontal, and then inward and outward, it would be balanced, like a dice. That's the 6. That's a circle, but 4 squares. It's like a cube. So T equals 2 circles, or a cube, because it's encircled on a 2-dimensional plane. And then if we turned it sideways and look at it at the other second dimension angle, it would be 4 dimensions. It would be a box. So we have a cube at 20. So to anybody here in this cube, in this 3-dimensional world, which we look outward on, in a 4-dimensional space and a 5th dimensional time, it's full circle and it's in a cube. So Everything that I just said is accurate, but I'm loosely putting it into words because it's coming out of cosmic space and speaking in light letters. So I see things the way they are, not the way that people want to hear them, the way they are. Alex Trebek, a lexicon of trivia and books. Alex Trebek. B is 2, V is 22. So why is he the trivia guy? He's Trebek. He's trivia. He's a trivia person. Of course he is. Because he's done a lot of travel and read a lot of books. Trebek. See what I'm saying? It's like we don't understand this as people, but when you hear it as who you are underneath the person, you go, wow, that makes sense. Well, make sense of this. I want to just jump to a totally different subject because I see vegan communities and things like this. And I want to point out that, the idea of being vegan is to not cause harm to just animals, but, they also want a whole foods-based vegan cares about their body, too. That's one of the reasons that they don't want to eat animals, not just to be kind to animals. Yes, be kind to animals. Like nothing about that I'm disagreeing with. Of course, I love animals. I would never want to harm them, so I don't eat animals. But at the same time, we need people to be conscious in order to be the kind of people who don't want to harm animals for a real reason, not just because it's healthy for them, and not just because they're soft. Both. They care about the world we're in. They care about the environment we're in, the footprint we're leaving, the future that we could possibly destroy or create, and then move towards those things. The way we do that is by simplifying our minds, realizing that half the shit that we've been doing in our lifetime is unnecessary, and accepting that and stopping it. Sorry about the voice crack, but stopping what we've been doing wrong. Do you need to go out and hustle and bustle and rush 40 hours a week, make a paycheck? Nope. Never had to. That was prescribed to you. You never had to go out and be in society. You never had to be an economy, because economy is ECO, which O breaks into AE, 15. So it's eka enemy. Eka enemy. That's what economy actually says. We are an enemy to the world. ECA are my dad's initials, Edward Claire Alexander. Is there a coincidence there? No. My dad got hurt in Vietnam and couldn't work, so therefore he lived this. He's not economy, he's eka enemy, because he didn't have to work. He was disabled. He was a disabled veteran. And that's true, because he's lived his spiritual word. We are all doing this. And it's like weird because it goes into such dimensions that I can simply put into words. I know a lot more than I can say because I do feel and understand people just by being around them, because I know them, I've been them, and I'm being them now. I just happen to also communicate with Dan Alexander on an every moment basis where he feels this stuff. So imagine how you would feel being around everybody doing the wrong thing and then being like, oh, it's just your opinion that I'm doing the wrong thing. No, actually, it's right. What I'm saying is right. There's a point where you can love your family member, you can love your friend, you can love your brother, your sibling, your son, your daughter, whatever. But when they're right, independent of whether you know them, whether you don't know them, whether you love them, whether you hate them, when they're right, you should support what they're doing and drop the bullshit, drop the facade, quit acting, quit pretending, quit living in a world of make-believe. When you see somebody's right and correct, you've got to drop your religion. You've got to drop your belief system. You know why? Because your religion and your belief system were just something that you relied on. They were a re-legend. They were re-legend to you by a pastor, by the past story. I mean, these are words. If you don't hear them, then you don't want to. You've been tricked. Not just by people who knew they were tricking you, by people who didn't know that they were also tricked. So that's the hardest part for the pastors, the priests, the bishops, the popes, the rabbis, the teachers, the presidents, the governors, to realize that they were wrong. And even the ones that know they're wrong now, there are lots that know they're wrong, and they're, fulfilling that prophecy of doing wrong. But some of them that support them don't understand the level of wrongness. So they know that there's some corruption. They know that there's this. They know that there's that. But there's no way we could survive without it. Yes, there is. I have the answers. And that makes me very vulnerable, and it makes me very valuable. Both. Do I care as a human individual? Not at all. Because I know God. And when I die, I'm completely fine. Woohoo! I'm free when I die. But I don't want to die because I have so much to offer the living world of spiritual being in matter. Because we are all one spiritual being in matter. Like you're in matter right now, being something. I'm in matter now, being something. So yes, it does matter. So what I'm saying is so deep on some levels that people are going to hear it and be like, this is just gibberish. But if you listen to it again and really take it to heart, you'll see that it's exactly right. So until next time, peace.